Sweet. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. As we left off, so I just revealed the city of David, I believe. A kiss. Even though they're not responding. Go ahead and keep it up. I believe they were just told they were going to jail for the rest of their life. I wonder why that is. Surely you didn't put a group of people into a private server without their knowledge, thinking you were going to round up all the people, thinking that you were going to round up all those people in that private server without their knowledge, and then when they figure it out and they can't reach out to anybody, all the women just drop out of nowhere. Man, I was pretty heavy in the women, and they were pretty solid. You understand? I never had a problem. So what happened there? No, here's the work that I'm doing that I'm going to be paid for.
Capture the flag.
Right here. I assure you. Earth, you are going to pay me for this. So we're at Isaiah chapter 6, I believe. If not, I'm going to read it again. So Isaiah chapter 6, as King David comes forward, in the year that the king Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphims, each one had 6 wings. With twain he covered his face, and with twain he covered his feet, and with twain he did fly. First of all, dude, that's like childhood. I went to Hannibal to do my family's there, first of all, and then Mark Twain's the frog jumping contest. I'm not going to get into all the details, but I mean, I enjoyed the events that revolved around Mark Twain. And then here you come. I don't see anybody. No one approached me. Just to come out of nowhere. Everybody's a ninja. On top of me being at food. I appreciate you. Black ball, blue ball. Out of nowhere. I appreciate you. Anything that I have done, you deserve it. So. And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. And the posts of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then said I, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar. And he laid it upon my mouth, and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. Also I heard the voice of the Lord, saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, Here am I, send me.
This is your chance,
and he said, Go and tell his people, Hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed. Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, Until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate, and the Lord have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. But yet in it shall be a tenth, and it shall return, and shall be eaten, as a tall tree, as an oak, whose substance is in them when they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the substance thereof. So, the Brada Ranyaka Upanishad. Then they said to the ear, Chant the Udgitha for us. Alright, said the ear, and chanted for them. The common good that comes of the ear is secured for the gods by chanting, while the fine hearing it utilized for itself. The Asuras knew that through this chanter the gods would surpass him. They charged it and struck it with evil. That evil is what we came across when one hears improper things. Then they said to the mind, chant, that would get them for us. Alright, said the mind that chanted for them. The common good that comes to the mind, it's secured for the gods by chanting. While the fine thinking it utilized for itself, the Azuras knew that through this chanter the gods would surpass him. They charged it and struck it with evil. That evil is what we come across when one thinks improper things. Likewise, they also touch these other things, deities with evil, struck with evil. I think he wants me to listen to Moby. Hold on. Third hand Moby. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir, while I sit in front of the entire congregation and listen to your music. I hope you don't mind with the Buddhist monks here. Oh, I bet it'll, hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me get situated. I already know how that's gonna go. It's gonna kick me off YouTube. Oh, a surprise, Ninja. Have a segment that's not gonna be heard. That's actually good. I appreciate that. It's good news. That's a really good call. I'm not gonna lie. You will get a taste of it, I guess. Good cap on that. What is all this? Bang.
Flag returned.
They have.
Enemy captured.
It has
the
7
flag.
gates. To each a group of them is designated. Oh, okay. Indeed, the righteous will amid gardens and springs. It will be said to them, enter its peace and security. Who will remove whatever bitterness they had in their hearts. In a friendly manner, they will be on thrones facing one another. No fatigue will touch them there, nor will they ever be asked to leave. Inform my servants, the prophets, that I am truly all forgiving, most merciful, and that my torment is indeed the most painful. And inform them, O prophet, about Abraham's guest, who entered upon him and greeted him with peace. He later said, surely we are afraid of you. They reassured him, do not be afraid. Surely we give you good news, knowledgeable son. I don't even know how you came about me. First of all, whatever made that would have more power than I, and even that, there is still a system that governs it. So, as I've already went through with the Green Lantern. Excuse me, I'm in my train mode of train carts here. Tell by the speech. Try to remove that. Give me a minute. My screaming endeavors. Abraham. I would be Abraham. First of all, this is where you're confusing me, sir. He chased me the entire time. I don't believe that he chased me the entire time. Here, let me just clarify for everyone. That's not realistic at all.
Enemy flag returned.
So that is unfortunate with the pixel there. They're making faces with the pixel, like a little tiny, and expanding it through the art. You know, Einstein. Do you start to see now? No. Again, that was passed down. I believe they're taking advantage of this at this moment. And that was not the intention of that. And I will doom you. If you have not already been so. It's pretty simple, like, we came to enjoy it. You're taking my joy away, so therefore I will take your joy away. It's that simple.
Flag returned.
If this person is going to be rich, I damn sure am going to be rich. It has nothing to do with money here, Washington, D.C.
Killing spree.
that I was left out of. Again, I'm not arguing. I will do something.
Alright, shut up.
Themselves and curse their king and their God and look upward. And they shall look unto the earth and behold trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness. Moses?
Enemy flag returned.
There's a cave.
Flag returned.
It would have to be like right here. The opening. At the beginning of it. What river is this? Iran? What river is this? That's beautiful. It looks like some deep fern. That's crazy.
One shot top mid.
Oh my gosh. Maybe that's why they cut it down. Thorns? I bet. I bet it had some pretty nasty thorns. Either that or is the
5 minutes remaining.
oh my goodness. All the
Enemy flag returned.
It's like I literally just walk in here and these guys are already going balls to the wall over this goddamn shit.
what is this?
Give me a warm up. That shit
The lion right here. Look at this.
Okay, buddy.
Crocodile, something.
And you're done. And you lost at that right there. I mean,
The beginning of it all, and then you get into the Silk Road and it goes all the way down to China.
it needs to be precise.
All the way to Hong Kong.
It needs to be precise. No sir.
I mean, you can see it. It's
Enemy
visible.
I appreciate
captured
you,
your
though.
flag.
John Jay. So I guess maybe Moses? I'm not sure. That's pretty wild. I never would have thought that. I mean, I looked there, obviously, but we're over here. We're down
Are
here.
they confused? I think so.
Back to the Brahmin. Then they said to the mind, number 6, chant the Adgitha for us, alright? And the mind that chanted for him, the common good that come to the mind, it secured for the gods by chanting, while the fine thinking it utilized for itself. The Azurians knew that through the chanter the gods would surpass him. They charged it and struck it with evil. Likewise, they tried one by one the deities of the nose, etc., thinking they were each of the deity referred by the mantra, enjoined for repetition, and were to be meditated upon. Since they too chanted the Adgitha, and the gods came to this conclusion that the deities of the organ speech and the rest, whom they tried one by one, were incapable of chanting the Adgitha, because they contracted evil from the Azurians, owing to their attachment to utilizing their power of doing fine performances for themselves. Hence, none of them was the deity referred to by the mantra. From evil led me to good, etc. Nor were they to be meditated upon, since they were impure and did not include the others. Likewise, just as in the case of the organ of speech, etc., they also touched these other deities that had not been mentioned, the skin and the rest with evil, what is to say, struck them with evil.
Get off me.
So that underlying dog whistle as he's speaking, you can't hear it like a dog whistle into my sinuses, and they're punching each other when I speak.
Get the objective.
The gods, even after approaching one by one the deities of speech, etc., were helpless as regards transcending death. I don't relate to you and your, it's not even a thing for me. I stumble my words, I get lazy, I don't understand. My speech impediment. There's definitely a bubble. As you, the attachment.
Target spotted.
Number 7. Hold on.
Bomb army. Bomb arm. Your team scored.
What a pro.
Objective incoming. Objective ready.
The
Bomb
fool
taken.
thinks it's sweet as long as the wicked deed does not ripen. But when the wicked deed ripens, the fool undergoes suffering. Deeds do not ripen at once. That's what you get for talking. Their lungs, they spontaneously combusted. There you go. Deeds do not ripen at once. A man burns down the hut of a pacemaker, and eventually is reborn as a snake ghost, burning the whole length of his long body. He is seen by Vin Mahamgalana, who relates it to the Buddha. The Messiah, he relates it by Vin the Messiah. 10, Clayton. A wicked deed that has been done, like milk, does not turn all at once. Smoldering, it follows the fool, like a fire covered with ashes. Avoiding wickedness. A merchant sets out with 500 wagons, but learns there are thieves ahead and thieves behind, and so stays put in a village. This is told to the Buddha, who draws the lesson therefrom. The aqueduct.
Bomb taken. Bomb
Like a merchant on fearful path, with few friends and great wealth, as one loving life would avoid poison, so should one avoid wicked deeds. Experiencing the result of deeds. A young Devaputa called Kima recites these verses to the Buddha about the results of deeds. Foolish, unintelligent folk behave like their own enemies, doing deeds full of wickedness that have painful consequences. That deed is not a deed well done, which having done he will regret. For he cries with a tearful face when the result returns to him. But that deed is a deed well done, which having done he will not regret. He is delighted and happy when the result returns to him. Cautiously he will do his deeds, knowing what benefits himself, not with thoughts wrongly directed, as should the wise one make his effort. For the drunken carter who has abandoned the even highway and mounted an uneven road will brood on his broken axle. So too the one who leaves the Dhamma and follows what is not Dhamma falls into death's mouth, like the one brooding on his broken axle. The result of not keeping the precepts. Laymen are arguing as to which of the precepts is hardest to keep. The Buddha tells them they all are hard, but explains further. The one who kills living beings and speaks a word that is not true, who takes what is not given here, and who goes to another's wife, that person who is devoted to a drink of liquor, beer, and wine, digs up his own root in the world, rejoicing here and hereafter. A layman who has long been a supporter lies dying, and the monks go to chant for him. Seeing celestial chariots come to take him away, he asks them to wait until the monks finish chanting. But the monks think he is asking them to stop and go away. Later, the Buddha explains.
Yeah, we're about to
Here
start
he
walking,
rejoices.
dude, because of it.
After death, he rejoices. The righteous one
Because of
rejoices in both
dumbass.
places. He rejoices. He greatly rejoices. Seeing the purity of his own
Bomb
deeds.
taken.
Holding oneself dear, King
Carry.
Pasanati reflects that if one holds oneself dear, he would not engage in what
See,
is
they're trying to
wrong,
grab
but do
on.
what is right.
Oh no!
The Buddha
no.
concurs. If one holds oneself dear, one should not engage in a wicked deed, for joy is not easily gained. By those who do that is which wrong.
Bomb arm.
I was at a party one time. I'm pretty sure I got roofied. Not the girl didn't get roofied. I got roofied.
Victory.
Fortune and misfortune on camera.
Objective incoming. Objective.
Two
ready.
goddesses who cannot decide precedence vie with each other for lying on a virtuous householder's couch. The one who is even more virtuous than the householder wins. By oneself is one's fortune made. Misfortune is made by oneself. No one can make for another their fortune or their misfortune.
There they go.
consequences of indulgence and duty.
There they go.
Yet more verses by which the Bodhisattva eventually persuades the man-eating king to give up his bad habit. The man-eating, yes, if you're gonna do it, here we are. Is that what you want? Everybody stands up and applauds. Yeah, bro! No. He who being attached to what he craves and disregards his true self-interest, like a drunkard who has drunk some poison, will be the one who suffers hereafter. He who having abandoned what he likes, and with difficulty does the right thing,
Okay.
like one sick who has drunk the medicine, hereafter will be the one who rejoices. Protecting life first. A king is willing to give up a charm to his wife, even though it will cost his life. The Bodhisattva Asaka, in the form of a goat, persuades him not to be so foolish. O king, do not think it is dear to me. You should not do what is pleasing to you. Understanding one's own interest is best. Later one gains what is truly pleasing. Good is hard to do. Devadatta causes a split in the community and forms
I did nothing there.
Ananda. The Buddha explains how easy it is to do what is wrong. Easily done are things not good, unbeneficial for oneself, but that which is beneficial
It's the
is
only thing that matters.
exceedingly hard to do.
Objective or not.
The bad find good hard to do. Devadatta causes a split in the community and forms Ananda. The Buddha explains how easy it is to do what is wrong. Done with ease by the good is good, but the bad find good hard to do. Bad is done by the bad with the ease, but the good find bad hard to do.
Stop it right there until it starts up. That's the end of the segment anyway. I always enjoy these. They do such a good job at mixing the two together as far as like writing. I don't know who wrote it. Again. Throw down on the White House. Yeah, we're not used to that at all, but hey, here we are. If I can do it in front of George, I'll do it in front of you, I guess. Martha. I wonder how that works. I would assume that the Buddhists would be after the Jubilee. So the Jubilee happens, and they're relieved of their duties, and then they turn Buddhist monk. So it'd basically be the grandpas of the groups. So the Bible would be David, the dad, right? And so the Quran would be Solomon, and then the Buddhist would be the grandpa. But I mean, holy, holy, holy. As far as it seems to me, anyway. I'm sure I could ask him. Anyway, my main concern is the private group with the Ark. Not that I've done anything wrong, but you're not going to sit there and hover over me. Especially free of charge. You know what I mean? Especially free of charge. $4? I don't know. 4 hours of magic, dude. I'm definitely not doing that. I need a little bit of Halo. I need some scrimmage going on. Okay. I need to do duty and let him make a gun. To Charles Washington, Mount Vernon, April 12, 1785. I agree. Dear brother, the enclosed is the last letter I have had from your son George. Why it is so, I cannot readily account, except for the irregularity of the post office, which seems to be under very bad management. Under letter of his, of the mutilated to a young lady of this family, mutilated, reason to look for him here, the latter end of this, or beginning of the next month. I lend our nephew Geo, Stepshoe Washington, a horse, saddle, and bridle to visit his mother, of which he seems desirous. From the letter book, copy in the Washington papers, George Augustine Washington. It would be well for you to have attention to his return in time. Mr. Balk, master of the academy at which he is, speaks of him in favorable terms. Immediately upon receipt of the money, I informed Mr. Balk that I was ready to discharge any expenses which had been incurred on account of the boys. The enclosed letter from him is the only answer I have got to it. As they have been there near 8 months, the sum you sent me will not, I expect, discharge what may be due for schooling, board, and clothing. I therefore wish to have more sent me, as my own expenditures are too great to allow me to be in advance for them. I have desired Mr. Smith to receive the boys into his own family again as soon as his own house is in order for it. About that. Mrs. Washington joins in love to my sister and your family, and I am etc. How does your subscriptions in the Potomac navigation go on? You're grabbing on my balls with a bubble there, buddy. The heartbeat that you have attached to me. Who is it?
Oddball.
You have a, again, like I
too.
said, a pair of panties. You have somebody's heartbeat attached to me. It's an irregular heartbeat. It's not my heartbeat. On my balls, I can feel it. The pump. Dumbass, what did you do here?
Okay, I don't want
I mean,
to get into that.
I say,
Round one. Ball incoming.
it's not even an issue.
We have the ball.
Is the main thing. You're talking.
Yep.
Ball dropped.
Yeah, I feel like you need to be the one, dude. I'm trying to, like, from my perspective, like, this is hostile. I mean, they're not, but I'm just saying you are. The act of the verses spoken by the Buddha that were later analyzed by the Buddha and in separate discourses by 3 of his monks. It's like you're lingering so you can unravel the eyeball. You understand? You're using, that's why his ball, he went to the doctor, I believe, is what you're implying. That's why you're doing it. Alzheimer's. So get off him. And you know who I'm talking about. And I'm not going to name names here, you piece of shit. Stop talking out your ass. Everything's on camera. Today, exertion should be made. Who knows? Maybe death tomorrow. There is no bribing of death and his great armies with promises. Shunning the indolent. The Buddha teaches how like attracts like. If one mixes with the indolent, one becomes lazy. If one mixes with the energetic, one will make a good effort. We are. Out of 8,000 people, you know what I mean? Like one who is on a small raft risks sinking in a great ocean. So owing to the indolent, to the one who lives well risks sinking. Therefore shun the indolent one, the one who has no energy. Doing one's duties on time. A Brahmin student sleeps under a tree when he is supposed to be collecting wood. Being woken up, he quickly climbs the tree and grabs some green wood. The following day, the cook cannot cook with it. Everyone is delayed and they miss their lunch. See, I don't know that. I would need. I believe I would have a lady for that.
It is.
One who is in the past had duties, and later still hasn't done them. Like the one who broke the tree branch, he will regret it in the future. Negative. He who does his duty, more advice to Sagala on how to put aside his comfort and do his duty. It is too cold, it is too hot, it is too late, is what they say. Speaking like this, they leave off to work until the chance has passed them by. The person who gives no more thought to cold and to beat than to grass, the person who does his duty does not undergo loss later. Taking one's opportunity.
A marriage has been arranged, but an angry ascetic prevents one party from going, saying it is not auspicious. When they go, the next day, the girl has already been married off to another. While waiting on your lucky stars, good things will pass the foolish by. Goodness itself is fortunate. What can consolations achieve? Rags to riches. A young man starting with a dead mouse is careful in his trading and is making friends, and so by and by he makes his fortune. Even with a little, a wise man, by virtue of a good present, can raise himself much higher.
I'm pretty sure we'll reach.
Like a small wind can raise a fire. Fortune sides with the meritorious. A wood collector has the chance of good luck, but loses it to an elephant trainer, who by evening is raised to king of the country. Whatever effort the unlucky make in accumulating wealth, endowed with a craft or without, the fortunate ones will enjoy. For the one who has great merit overcomes all other people, and great riches arise even when making but little effort. Acting without consideration. A pack of lions, wanting to avenge the insult on their sister, pounce on what looks like a jackal, but is in fact only a reflection. They all die apart from the bodhisattva, who understands the situation and speaks these words. Those who undertake work without consideration fall away. They regret those works, like they would something not hot crammed into the mouth. Inconsiderate and considerate action. A false ascetic is scolded by a prince for his loose ways. The ascetic lies to the king and tries to get the prince killed, but he defends himself successfully before retiring to the Himalayas. Deeds done inconsiderately, without balanced, measured thinking, as with a failure in treatment, the result is bound to be bad. A deed done considerately, with good and balanced thinking, is with success in treatment, the result is bound to be good. He's talking about the plasma, William, and the eyeballs. They're expanding.
Enemy has the ball.
Trying to explain, it's like soda fizz. And the bubbles. With the plasma and the TV screen. Scream at you. That's what he's talking about. They need to stop. I don't know whether it's through the TV or it's through the glass here.
Enemy has the ball.
To William Grayson.
We have the ball.
Hold on. The elephant. Number 8.
Getting frisky on me.
They said, "Where was he who has thus restored us to our divinity and discovered? Here he is within the mouth." The vital force is called Ayasaya Angarasa,
Magnetism.
and for
Stop
it is the
doing that.
essence of the members of the body. They, the organs of Prajapati, which were restored to their divinity by the vital force in the mouth, and thus attained their
need
goal,
me to touch it.
said, "Where was he who has thus restored us to our divinity?"
Enemy has the ball.
The particle nu indicates deliberation. People who have been helped by somebody generally pre-med. Yay, pre-med. People who have been helped by somebody generally remember their benefactor. The organs likewise remembered, and thinking on who it might be, realize the vital force within themselves. In the aggregate of body and organs, how? 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 Here he is within the mouth. Is visible present within the other that is in the mouth. People decide after deliberation, so did the gods. Since the vital force was perceived by them as being present in the internal, other without assuming any particular form like that of the organ of speech, etc., therefore the vital force is called Ayasaya. And since it did not assume any particular form, it restored the organ of speech, etc., to the real status. Hence it is Angarasa, the self of the body and organs. How? For it is, as is well known, the essence, i.e. the self of the members, i.e. of the body and organs, And how is it the essence of the members? Because as we shall say later on, without it they dry up. Since being
We
the
try to,
self
like,
of the
be a part
members
of
and
this,
not
and you're
assuming
not,
any
you know?
particular form, the vital force is the common self of the body and organs and pure. Therefore, it alone, to the exclusion of the organ of speech, etc., should be restored to as one's self. This is the import of the passage. For the self alone should be realized as oneself, since correct notions lead to well-being and erroneous notions, as we find it, lead to evil. So I'm going to go ahead and refer to Indian in the Cupboard soundtrack. Stick to the theme here.
We have the ball. Ball dropped. Ball out of bounds.
There he is. I can feel it in the eyeball. So that is that where it is up north? I can feel it in my eye. Anyway, it's fine to lead to evil. Number 9. The deity is called Dur because death is far from it. Death is far from one who knows thus. Objection. One may think that the purity of the vital force is not proved fact. Reply. Has this not been refuted by the statement that the vital force is free from the attachment that the organ of speech and the rest betray by utilizing their power and a fine speaking, etc. for themselves? Objection. True. But since as Angarasa it is spoken of as the self of the organ of speech, etc., it may be impure through contact with the latter, just as one touched by another who has touched a corpse is impure. Reply. No, the vital force is pure. Why? Because this deity is called Dur. This refers to the vital force reaching which the Azuras were shattered like a clod of earth hitting a rock. The Liberty Bell. It is the deity within the present sacrificer's body whom the gods concluded as their savior, saying, here he is within the mouth, and the vital force may be called a deity, being a part of the act of meditation as its object. Because the vital force is called Dur, I can feel my back there, i.e. as well as known as Dur, to be called as synonyms with being celebrated as. Yeah, I can feel the line on my back that he just passed. Therefore, its purity is well known from the name of Dur. Why is it called Dur? You better watch the Bermuda Triangle. Because death, the evil of attachment, is far from it. This deity, vital force. Death, although it is close to the vital force, is away from it because the latter is ever unattached. Just as a god is a part of the sacrifice distinct from the offerings, etc., a sacrifice consists of the offerings and deities. For the vital force is well known as Dur, thus its purity is conspicuous. The results occurring to knower of this are being stated. Death is far from one who knows thus, that is, who meditates upon the vital force endowed with purity, which is the topic of the section. Meditation is mentally approaching the form of the deity or the like as it is presented by the eulogistic portions of the Vedas relating to the objects of meditation and concentrating on it, excluding conventional notions till one is as completely identified with it as with one's body, conventionally regarded as oneself. Compare such Shruti passages as being a god who attains the gods. What deity are you identified with in the East? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know the gods and goddesses of the Hindus. This is unknown to me. I've never researched or. And you have crazy names that I've never heard. I could go through like the Tomb Raider game. I've seen those as far as the Amazon. I don't remember them. I've never seen any of the Hindus. The Himalayas? I bet they would be they would be very witted. Sharp at wit. The narrow paths that the mountains create. Very sharp.
Whatever that plane was just passed through the Bermuda Triangle, I'll be honest. You did. Holy shit. Attached to my spinal cord there.
Victory.
Awkward. Or it could just be like an act because someone can see through my eyeballs. You know? Ah, man, that itches. Holy shit. Number. There they go. I dropped 3. Because I just. Okay, buddy. Me here. The radio. Express, which has just arrived with the account of the deaths of the mother and brother of Mrs. Washington, in the last of whose hands Mrs. B. Dandridge, the embarrassed affairs of Mr. Custis, had been placed and call for immediate attention. I appreciate you. From the letterbook copy of the Washington papers, from the simile of the original possession of Edward Carey Gardner, published in 150 years of published 1785-1935, kindly furnished by Leah Ann Faber, Anne of Philadelphia, delegate to the Continental Congress from Virginia. I saw 1935. I was like, hold on. I know who you're talking about. That's exactly what I was going to do. You did exactly what I just wanted to do. 1930, you said. Is that when? The Dismal Swamp? Let's talk about this. Because it wasn't illegal, you know what I'm saying? You would know more than I would because you would have done the farming. I will put my trust in you today, as far as that is concerned. The Dismal Swamp. Take place on Monday next. They're gonna go smoke together. The part of the Express, which is the Pony Express, arrived with the account of the deaths of the mother and brother Mrs. Washington, in the last of whose hands. I would assume you could grow your own. I guess it'd be the royal plant, though, as far as that. Maybe like moving into the new country. The embarrassed affairs of Mr. Custis had been placed and called for immediate attention. That makes a little bit more sense. Talk about limes. Yeah, we tried. It didn't work out. I believe they have the manhole over there. I believe the manhole had a little bit to do with it, and we didn't have fertilizer, which would be like manure and stuff. So
Round 1.
every dog has its day, you know what I mean?
We have the ball. Ball dropped.
The Dismal Swamp. I don't know what you're talking about. Florida? That does make sense. The West Palm, I believe, is where he was stationed. Excuse me, my dad knows all about you. Just running, bud. You lost over here. Spirit of St. Louis? Yeah, they definitely are.
Ball dropped.
P.S.
Enemy has the ball.
They made clones. Edward Carey Gardner, published in 150 years of publishing.
Lost the
Oh, poison? That would make sense. I mean, okay. What is it, Harry Carey? Who's it?
We have the ball.
Edward Carey Gardner? 50 years of publishing, 1785 to 1935. Kindly furnished. Yeah. You're messing
Some
with
foul
the
play
TV
going?
screen there. You can stop now. It makes sense. This isn't your opportunity. But no, dude. If anything, the exact
I would have to think more about that. Again, my thoughts on this. Things I don't want to be
Sway
true, but
that you,
are probably like the Passover and stuff.
have going on there?
It's like, okay, I'll take that into consideration.
The sway?
Some
Has
sciences
nothing to do with my
are being
reaction
had
time. You're
here.
messing with the sway.
The DNA.
Now.
A little wispy, are we? I don't know. To be candid, I have had scarce time to give the report of the committee, which you did me the honor to send me a reading, much
Hey.
less to consider the force and tendency.
Hey.
If experience
Area
has proven
51, that
the
doesn't
most
mean come in here and
advantageous
start
way of
harassing
disposing
me.
of
That was
land
kind of
is
the
by
point of me doing that to
townships.
begin with,
There
because
is
you weren't
no
welcome
argument
here.
against facts.
That doesn't mean
Therefore,
come in here
if
and
I
start
had
harassing
had
me.
time, I should have said
I appreciate
nothing
you.
on that
Goodbye.
head. But
That
from the
sway
Christian
there.
reading I have given it, it strikes me that by suffering each state to dispose of a proportionate part of the whole in the state, that there may be state jobbing. In other words, that the citizens of each state may
No,
be
we're good
favored
on
at the
that.
expense
I
of
think
the
you
union,
exit
whilst
the
a
building
reference
now.
of these matters to them has, in my opinion,
They think it's a joke. It's
tendency
not.
to set up separate interests and to promote the independence of individual states upon the downfall of the federal government, which, in my opinion, is already too feeble, much too humiliated, and tottering.
Yeah,
to
it's one of
be
those
supported
things.
without
I'm not dealing
props.
with your little robot that you have trying to
Okay,
prove
thank
something
you.
whenever I can prove otherwise with
As
the
I
art.
have said,
I don't need you to do that.
and
Thank you,
expressed
though.
my gratitude.
And it
I want
probably
like
showing the
wineries.
art, so
Like
stop
I want to go to
now.
each individual town, and I want to see something different.
Really?
You know what
I'm
I mean?
taking it there.
I
Stop
don't want to
doing
go
that
down.
now.
I'm going driving.
Hold on.
You know,
hold on,
30
hold on.
minutes.
I'm gonna stop you. Hold on. With the White House, the stem cell. One of your little bitches is sitting there panicking right now, and I have to deal with it. You understand me? Stop now. Cease and desist. I'm gonna give you a minute. That's exactly what's going on. They've been caught. This is what's going on. Putting up with your shit long enough. You're done. One of your boys is panicking. I'm not dealing with it. I don't have time to deal with your shit. I don't care who it is. I do not care at all. I promise you. We're done with you. Stem cell, we're done. That's why we're here.
For the same fucking thing. I don't want to see
Quit
that,
swaying,
dude.
whatever it is
To
you're
me,
doing there
that's
on the
like
line- on the
I'm a
underlying
robot,
level.
man. I don't mean anything.
Stop doing that.
You know, when
Trying
it's
to prove
the
your point,
individuals
you're not.
involved, there's more care involved.
At all. 1 and 2, they don't go together here.
And in every aspect,
Oh, you can
you're
cry.
just like
You're
a
not
bunch
getting
of
what you want.
mongers.
You're not
You're
the one in
gobbling everything up.
charge. Because you're a fraud. I'm not dealing with your shit. I'm not dealing with a crying baby on a plasma. Get off now. And that is exactly what you're doing. This gravity weight system that you have going on here. Stop doing it.
You have no care in the world. Okay.
Yeah, it's exactly what they're. Okay. Out.
So the citizens would hold weight over here over the union, which were the police officers. Again, it's separate interests and to promote the independent of individual
Capture the
states
flag.
upon the downfall of the federal government. I believe I pointed out the riots and other things. Which I don't think it was a downfall. I believe they did good as far as the federal government and stepped back and took a dad approach. They kind of did, really, to be honest. The downfall, the dad approach. Now you're getting into the individual states where you're getting into these little jackasses. The unattractiveness of that position. You see where I'm coming from. He's barking back at me through the pixel. Baldy, you see where I'm coming from? You're not at war with your citizen. You understand, right? Period. It is period. You would be an enemy of the state as far as I'm concerned. It's the state employee I'm talking about. You would be the enemy of the state. You're the problem. We're talking about the exact opposite here. See, in my position, the way I'm concerned, the way I saw it, now that I mention it, the federal government is the dad here, and the individual state, maybe that's what they're trying to do. I even watched a video of Trump and the vice president. They were talking to Zelensky. He was like, Trump was like the dad, just letting him dish it out. Again,
It's like my
which
Windows
is not the
11
wrong
versus Windows
approach
10
by
on
any
Magic.
means. I mean, you got a mob of people.
Enemy captured your flag.
I was looking for the guy with the flag hanging over him, and he's throwing the. I couldn't find it. Hey, bro. I'm like, hey. I got you. Hold on. Let me get this.
Return.
The extended links that are going on there, like I can notice it. Can you stop doing that now? That's cool that you can hit a button. Stop doing it
Big
now.
a round of applause for the state on this.
I am not arguing about it.
It could be better though. That's why I didn't vote on it. I didn't even go in there. In fact, I've stopped voting because of it. Again,
No.
from what I believe, I like California's way of doing it. It's basically like
Dude, get rid of
they're
this.
getting down to like the individual grower. It's like you're competing with like the individual as a person coming in with his pound or whatever to like whatever dispensary he wants. You know what I mean? They basically take the the best of the best, and it has to be prim and proper. They get the scope out. You know what I mean? Prim and proper, or they won't take it. They're getting down to the individual, not the business. Not the town.
I appreciate you.
It's every man for himself
Get the stem
there.
cell off of me now, or I will kill you. Understand me when I say I will kill you.
Colorado, all the pot shops up and down. We went to Colorado. That's the whole point of that. We saw that.
God damn, get it off right here. Let's go.
Incredible.
Get him out.
Again, all the haters. I think you treat the potheads like slaves. Truly, in any of the
Francis,
drugs. But
only you
not
would
that
do
I
something
disagree.
stupid like this. I assure you. it is you.
Like slavery, it shows. Either they're willing to fight for it, or they hide in their cave. You know what I mean? Or they're either too loud, or they hide in their cave. Or they did. I mean, I don't know about now, but seems to be the case. As far as the federal goes, they will still come in.
Today's
The problem
not your day,
is you have
buddy.
these dumbasses, the individuals. Let me get into this. See, we're gonna have to have a talk with everybody and like all these other drugs. This is where you and I separate. And I mean, I dropped the hammer down. I don't know. Again, stop messing with my eyes. Let me speak. You see what they're doing with the flashing of the lights in the windows? Get the camera off me. You've been under arrest. I assure you. If you don't listen to me on it. Start popping my nose, sinuses. No. I can't speak and start rerouting my wording to where I cannot speak. Because it doesn't want it to be true. Let me back off and collect my thoughts here. I'm not arguing about it
It's
either.
about
They've
an
collected,
opinion. I
they've
believe my
connected
opinion would
a
be your-
device
Get
onto
the
my
machine off
window
my
or
sinus now.
cell tower, whatever it may be. It is attached to me. Get it off. I am not arguing. This is your one and only warning.
Oh yeah.
There it goes. Face plant. There it goes. Uh-huh. So, I mean, and with evidence, you're not going to get out of it. I don't know what else to tell you. They start shaking and stuff. We don't
Capture
care.
the flag.
I want all the
Stem cell.
machinery detached from the art.
Stem cell. I'm not arguing.
That
Little girl.
robot.
Get her out. The plasma. You see the problem I'm having. This little window right here. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a talk, George, with these guys. It keeps wanting on video, dude. It is like forcing my eye to the left. I'm not even going to speak right now. I'm going to stop you. It is forcing my eye to the left on video. Get the goddamn camera off me. Other than my own, get it off. You're not, and I don't want no goddamn ghost under there. You understand me? It's going to be me and only me, and you can pay for it. Using a weapon. Get it out. You're using a weapon. Government. This is the downfall, I guess, because they're refusing to listen. Okay, so the pot and the other drugs, like the separation here. The federal government. I walked in there yesterday and they said it was going to be closed for the, I don't know what they were doing, but it could be anything, truly.
Because the seizure is what everybody wants, right?
The DEA coming in. So, that needs to stop. I can't even share my opinion. That's how bad it is. No, your opinion is the one that's not going to be shared here, seeing as my tax dollars are the ones paying for your job. You understand? I will be the one to speak. You will shut the fuck up. I don't care. Personally, I don't give a fuck if you do that job or not do that job. You understand me, right? By no means are you entitled to anything whatsoever. You are a dumbass. The only one entitled to anything is I, myself. Marquis. And I'm not going to argue about it either. You've made me... Again, no. I'm going to stop myself before I talk out my ass. You have a bunch of dumbasses in there. I'm not going to lie to you. I think you're a bunch of dumbasses. You're dirty, you're dumb. Again, the slavery, though. There's two sides to me here. However... I don't even like talking about it. I don't like bringing it up. It just doesn't need to be... other drugs, it doesn't need to be talked about. It's irrelevant. I don't do them. It doesn't matter. So, it's period. But then you're starting to get into, like, prescribed pills and stuff. The idiots. It's like, dude, Moon Man, I'm getting real tired of your shit, just period, in general. You know what I mean? Aside from personal opinion, like, it shows, like, shut up, dude. I don't care. I don't care if you do or do not do that job. Preferably, I would rather you not do that job. You are causing more problems than need to occur. I'm gonna stop George in the middle of this speech. You are the source of the problem. It's not anything other than you. It's like a recycling center. It's like you are the cause of the problem, what puts them down to begin with, which you are making that position unattractive. You see where I'm coming from? It's a recycling center. You yourself. First of all, 911, which would be Skull and Bones, which would be the crown. I would be the prince here. I would be the king, whatever it may be. I don't even care. It was forced on me. I'm just here. Don't mind me, boys. I'm just here. This is the death of you, William, sir. Not really. I don't care. I want to do my business. Back the fuck up. So, I mean, if you want to get down to the root of it, like George has already said, you would be a fraud and be invalid. And you would be a tool of the United Kingdom, which is not the United States. Therefore, as was mentioned, an insurrection would be applied to your title. I don't recall us sailing the western lands to England with the Louisiana Purchase there for $15 million. Louisa, dear ma'am, Louisa. Excuse me, can I have Louisa back, St. Louis? No, dude. You do you. You probably whoop my ass. I understand. Sit down, boys. There ain't no shame in the game. However, you private.
Oh, right there. No.
Back to George here. Get out of my face. It is scarcely to be imagined that any man of society of men who may incline to possess a township would make the purchase without viewing the land in person or by an agent. Excuse me. The Louisiana Purchase here. Hold on. my sir here needs the LED thing. Here on New Orleans, I believe. West of the Mississippi. Later in use. Hold on.
Flag returned. Flag
In fact, hold on. Get the measuring stick out for you, George. We'll do the tip of, ooh, that's actually a little too short. Hold on. A little bit. I'll do a little bit more inward. Hopefully that's a little bit more on land. That way you're not lost out at sea. 2. The tip of Washington. Actually, it's Alaska, but that's for later use.
enemy flag returned.
2,271 miles.
Enemy captured
I don't know if that's the full, but the gold rush here. Even though the land in person or by an agent, wherein then lies the great advantage of having a sale in each state and by state officers. For then the same parity of reasoning, there should be different places in each state afford the accommodation of its citizens. Would not all the
Here's what they start doing. They start making the screen sway. They start making a bunch of noise. Stop doing that.
ostensible purposes to be fully answered by sufficient promulgation
No,
in each
motherfucker,
state of the
you
time
are.
and place of sale to be holden at the nearest
From
convenient
above,
place
no.
to the land or at the seat of
God damn, I'm
Congress.
about to get mad.
Is it not highly probable that those who may incline to emigrate of Congress or their agents would attend at such time and place, and there being no fixed prices to the land, would not be the high or low sale of it dependent upon the number of purchases and the competition occasioned thereby, and are not these more likely to be greater at one time and place than at
they're
13?
doing
One place
something
might
on the
draw the world to it, if proper notice be given, but foreigners would scarcely know what to do with 13, to which or when to go to
How about
them.
the opportunity?
These are first thoughts, perhaps, in Congress ones, and such as I myself might reprobate upon more mature consideration. At present, however, I am impressed with them, and under the rose, a penetrating eye and close observation will discover, through various disguises, a disinclination to add new states to the Confederation westward of us, which must be the inevitable consequences of immigration to and the population of the territory, and as to restraining the citizens of the Atlantic States from transplanting themselves to that soil.
I can feel it too.
When prompted thereto by interest or inclination, you might as well attempt, while our governments are free, to prevent the reflux of the tide when you had got it into your rivers. The chemicals being put into the plants, I believe. You gotta watch that. Transplanting and other things.
Spree.
If you're planting outside. I don't.
That's where I go my separate ways. I almost want to walk out.
Talking about the waste from the
Flag
business as a
returned.
whole. I'm not wasting my time here. I know what I'm doing.
100% of
You know
the
what I
time you
mean?
do
As
that.
you sit there and harass me with the stem cell research.
Enemy flag returned.
Oh, is he getting excited? Is he getting anxious? I don't
All
care
right
about
here.
him. Remove
All
it.
right here.
I have rights. Get the fuck out.
Returned.
Now, I will do something about it. One of the things they're doing is trying to taunt me right now. You hear him out there taunting? You can go ahead and do something about it. Trying to dogpile me. Because you don't want it to be that way. Okay, buddy. We'll see about that.
Returned.
Whenever push comes to shove, here's my paperwork. In a different location. I appreciate you. No, though. You really don't. I assure you. Appreciate it. It's her lucky day, isn't it? Boom! If you're going to come up with some conspiracy theory about damn disease, and this is what I'm going to do. You understand me? Get the fuck out. You going to hear this?
hear this at all, you fool. I mean, I'm not gonna say at least state. I mean, obviously, I don't like anything about it. I mean, I do. Obviously, I like it.
I don't
want
want to feel this. I don't. I'm gonna stop it right there. The iceberg, dude. I don't want this stem cell bullshit.
Flag returned.
I don't care, win or lose. I do not care. Stop doing it. I should not be feeling their emotions. I promise you, that is you. You are sending their vibe through the goddamn keyboard. Stop doing it.
1 minute remaining.
Now. Motherfucker, I will kill you, dude. I promise you I will kill you over this. Stop doing it now, Area 51. I don't know where you're goddamn doing it. I will kill you at the gate, you stupid bitch. Get off the goddamn keyboard, now. So, I thank you, win or lose, I don't really give a fuck. Get off the goddamn keyboard. I'm not arguing about it. Get off the fucking keyboard, now. I will do something about it, I assure you. Crying baby. I should not have Persona Striker. I should not have to be dealing with this shit with you. Trying to pull an act. Get the iceberg off me, really. Get it off me. Now. It's on my hair up here. Get it off. Now. Congress, I assure you I will do something about it. I assure you, you are in no position right here. I can go ahead and point it up at the sky if you'd like. Go ahead and do something about it. Dumbass. Get the goddamn iceberg off me or I will murder you. Do you understand me? You see? Little bitch is on the other side. He's getting mad. They've recorded someone's, with the box there. The speed. Stop doing it now. Donald. As George is in front of me, as he's already laid it out for you, this is exactly what is going to happen whether you like it or not. This is exactly what is going to happen whether you like it or not. I assure you I will do something about it if you do not stop messing with the speed of light here on these goddamn boxes, trying to antagonize everybody. No, I'm not having a conversation with you. No, I'm not on your side. Get the fuck out of my goddamn way. Understand me? Am I clear? Okay. Let me move forward. Get the fuck off my goddamn keyboard now, stem cell. Ain't nobody helping your ass. I promise you I will lay you to waste, as has already been proven. Get the fuck out now. We don't like you. Get out. That iceberg. Whoever invented this, whoever came up with this idea, I promise you every goddamn one of you are going to be getting removed. I promise you. If I need to kill you over it, I will. Whether the desk, however you are doing it. On the head there. The eyeball, whatever it may be. Go ahead and pause it there for a second. As I have to make an ass out of myself as you attack me in my home through my keyboard or whatever it may be. The speech. The voice box. Stop connecting a voice to mine or you will be killed. End of discussion. Whoever has connections to these cell towers, anyone who would have a third-party connection to my camera here, I'm not going to stop until you're removed. The iceberg. Extra little underlying brightness that you have going on there. So, let me be clear here. You're messing with my eyes. Stop doing that. I guess I'll allow myself, George, to continue. No. Period. Stop doing that. Let me play the game. Show off for George. Actually, trying to deal with a cheater. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel their emotions. Thank you, though. Get off. It's slamming its foot down like it's saying no. You guys see that? You guys watching it? Whoever this may be, I promise you, you are going to be dealt with. Are we? Oh yeah, who's doing that?
You have some mythical device that nobody knows where it is and it can accelerate. No. Okay, buddy. I would love to hear that one. Okay. We can explain every little detail of it. Thank you. You can stop doing that now or you will be killed. Karate Kid over here. You're pushing hay bales here, dude. Get that out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Let me be like more personable about it. You know what I mean? For each individual place. Let me go to my mom here. You know what I mean? My elder. You piece of shit. I would redo. First of all, I would redo all of it, like with monopolies and everything. I would take the monopolies further. Like they're trying to expand to other countries and this and that. It's like, no, dude. I want it to be personable. When I walk in there, like you know who you're dealing with, you know everything going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you took away. You know, let me just grub everything up, and make everyone fat as fuck, and just like a monger. It's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the beast. No, dude.
Slayer.
The independence. You're creating dependence. Independence. Now there's a dependence on something. We need to take the dependence away and rely on yourself and make it more personable. It's like a mob of gifts. You know what I mean? See, dude, you have no doubt. See, when you're starting in with like toys and stuff, or like there's certain products you wouldn't be able to do without going to the masses. It wouldn't be very beneficial as a business owner, like to be in a specific area, like only. That's the hard thing. And on top of that, you have to rely on other places for like materials and stuff. Like you're getting down to the very.
Oh, well, perfect.
Aside from this, you know what I want, as a picture of the whole. Yeah, the business aspects here. I mean, it's the nature of the beast, the wine. That is what is intended. That's what it shows. The nature of the beast, the heart of it, is pushing towards mom and pops, and nobody wants to see that. And not only that, it's hurting, it's crippling like everybody as a whole. You have no idea. You have no. I mean, you do. I'm talking about my ass, but there's just no reason. You're talking out your ass. Especially with George in front of my face here, probably watching through my vision.
Haven't seen my cousin in a while.
Woo! Oh yeah, definitely. Forced smile. Hold on.
Gained the lead.
Yeah, but it's like a restaurant. Like that's why it's well sought out. It's a high sought out product. You know what I mean? In this area, this guy is like, you know what I mean? That's why you travel. It's a reason to travel and do this and that. I have no reason. Like you're taking tours of you're trying to give out tours of it, and it's like there's no reason. This is the same as that. There's no difference whatsoever. You're literally giving like one business, like one big field, and then just here you go. And then forcing like 100 workers. Whenever instead, like you take the 100 workers and you separate it, and then it's like, oh, let me see your shit, dude. You, like wine. You know, you're talking about saturation. I don't know how many fucking wines there are. Probably one of the hardest markets.
Double kill.
Especially with the process involved. Like, are you kidding me? Tender love and care over here. Hakuna Matata, bro. Bro, what say you? Bro, what say you? Number 9. It has been stated. Number 10.
This deity took away death, the evil of these gods, and carried it to where these quarters end. There it left their evils. Therefore one should approach a person a quarter of that region, nor go to that region beyond the border, lest one imbibe that evil death. You're talking about the elephant graveyard. The elders. I mean, the elders would have to die, you know what I mean? The recycling center here. It all adds up. It all adds up. See, dude, you're selling me hay bales, bro. That's good for like actual food, you know. But the royal plant here, it's like it's a science to it. It's like cucumber, like you and your lines. You want to perfect your line. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Two sides to the story. I truly don't know what to say to you.
I would be Clayton Smith. Thank you.
Again, it's the nature of the beast. It's no different than a planet's revolution.
Look.
Everything has effect. It doesn't matter what
The
it is.
magnetism.
So like
then they
those
come in and
lines,
mess up messing with
approaching the
magnetism and
lines,
make
the
it
way
look
you
bad, like a
approach
smear
them, the
campaign.
vibe around
You
them.
should see it on my
The
end.
way
I
you
cannot
eat
wait to
it,
see
the way
this
you
art
consume
show.
it, the way you intake it.
And we are going to do it. I promise you I'm kicking in that fucking door.
Halfway.
So the limes, you know, they're used in cleaning materials.
I
It
cannot
shows
wait
in that.
for it to
So whenever
use
you
my
separate the
angle
lime
here.
into the cleaning material,
Any
the
normal man will
revolution
go
of that
insane, I
cycle
promise
is
you.
different. The way you approach
She's
it
doing like a
is
little
different.
snake charmer.
You see where I'm coming from?
Are you kidding me?
The way you approach the pot, it should be approached like,
She's
like
uncomfortable.
grapes. You know what I mean? It kind of reminds you of grapes, doesn't it? If you think about it.
Dude.
The fine
I
wine
cannot
there.
wait.
And as a whole, as a country, that, like I said, it's gonna make me want to go up north. I've never
What
been
is
up past
down
St.
the
Louis,
down
up
video
north,
from Ed?
past the Kansas City line. Say, hey, dude, I've heard
Trying to
some
do a
crazy
smear
shit
here.
over here. You know what I mean? But it's not like that. See, with limes, you know, you want to perfect that lime,
Doing a
and then
smear
you can take
here.
it
See,
across
one
state
and one-
borders. See,
they
it
don't
comes with
add
the
up.
territory. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to come up with a reason for you.
Start getting all wobbly.
I'm saying that's why I reverted to the Brahmin.
You've lost, I assure you.
I've contradicted myself here.
Person who shouldn't have this tool, you
The bird
jackass.
flies in front of me. Damn, bro. Bro, I don't know what to say. What a catch. I'm crushing it over here. I don't know what to say to you. Because, like, I want that perfected... Hold on. That's a good point brought up. Like, the Khalifa. I mean, obviously, I could have bought it. Like, the Khalifa Keef in California that he patented.
Double kill.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say.
Gain the lead.
I feel like the greed. I don't know what to say to you. I truly don't. That's where like the government. I'll say this for like all.
Basically, if you don't agree with
So
them,
the government
robot
regulates
starts attacking
deer
you.
hunting. You know, so the deer don't
The
die
stem
out.
cell.
So you don't overkill. Or like
The fridge. Get off the
you
fridge
mentioned
now.
the Dismal Swamp, the crocodile, and I just posted that the crocodile mouth. In crocodile, you have to only a certain amount of hunters can hunt crocodile, and they have to tag every single one of them, and they're only allowed a certain number of tags. So it's like the business owners have to take it upon themselves. So like not. So the Khalifa Keef is a desirable
My dude,
product.
you have
He
been
would have
caught,
to take it
and you
upon
know you've been
himself to
caught.
make it that
So
desirable.
get
you
it
don't
off
want to
now,
overdo it,
Donald.
You know, you don't want to saturate your own market. So you could sell it at a higher price because it's more sought out. That's, you see where I'm coming from. That's where the value comes from. You have to put it on yourself. You have to do it to
Now.
yourself in order to regulate
Little
that
shaking
market and make
bitch,
it
get
fair
him
for
off.
everybody. That's cool that you have that.
There they go.
Big ass field and there's 1,000 workers. But you see where I'm coming from?
Get them off.
There's no need, and it's like there's other people that can do the exact. You're creating distrust. So many things here. I don't know where to begin. Now you're getting into like this stigma that was placed on it for no reason at all. Now that we've gotten down to the exact science behind it, like the Passover, other things, that was probably false, as he was mentioned. You're creating.
I'm getting more and more angry, dude. I think you're absolutely pathetic, is what I think. I'm gonna let him talk. I'm not even gonna move.
That
Hey,
stigma
retard!
in
Shut
order
up! I'm not
for
kidding.
you to come in and beat the person up over that stigma for no reason at all.
Good
Again,
job,
slavery
Donald.
there.
Good
It's
job.
no different. I just
Get
don't know what
crying
to say
baby
to
off.
you. As far as I'm concerned, as of right now, I don't. You're starting to get into like when technology improves. So like the drugs are getting crazier. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on out there nowadays. Me and my pot. I'm over here in my corner with. Me and George are over here with John Jay over in our corner smoking our bud. I don't know what you're doing. They're starting to get into like acid and other things that are just unattractive. And I mean more than unattractive. It makes you dirty, it makes you lazy, it makes you not care. This, that, blah, 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 etc. I do not like it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like, dude, I'm like a gentleman. I got the turtleneck on. Bro, I'm coming in with
get
a
off the voice
scarf.
box.
Like, yes, sir, no, sir. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're doing.
Ark, I cannot wait. I'm gonna show every goddamn person on earth what you're doing behind the scenes with this goddamn plasma. I cannot wait. I cannot wait, dude. You did such a good job, military. I am so proud of you. Good job. Right here on that plasma, you moron. One of your constituents is panicking right now, and I have to deal with it. And I'm talking, they're like passing out fainting because they're in trouble and they know it. Get it off. It's very simple. It is very simple. It is very, very simple. Off the elbow there, WWE. Every time I get in here, I'm trying to do George Washington and talk about business. I'm not trying to deal with an attacker on my body with an iceberg, accelerating every goddamn thing around me. No, it is not a goddamn drug, which is you're trying to prove. No, dipshit. God, this is annoying that I have to get in here and talk like this. Like a train cart. The train man cometh. Hey, buddy, military. As far as who's believable and who's not. Separating the, like it's a fact. And people don't like it when people think it's a fact, right? So let's go ahead and chop it up. American Chopper, I'm not kidding with you. You're digging your hole deeper. Every little step. Okay, so I have some little bitch with an arc who's sitting there trying to use me to reach out, and I'm not hearing it at all. We don't agree. Wrong decision. Get off. Dude. Are you guys watching that shit? I hope you are. I promise you I'm not going to stop until this shit is shown. I promise you I do not care who it is. I want every goddamn person on this earth to see this shit. Now that I'm posting in the White House and approaching you as you sit here and ruin my stream. I cannot wait to get a hold of this fucking little girl. Breaking down. I don't give a fuck. I personally don't want to see it. I don't care about it. Nor have I done anything wrong. I assure you, bitch. But you're not going to hover over me. I cannot wait to show every person this. I cannot wait. No, you're not getting what you want. I can give a fuck what it shows. I'm a goddamn golden boy, you bitch. Shut up. They're starting to panic. Oh, they didn't see me approaching the White House and starting to post my video in front of everybody, did they? This little group that they have going on here trying to isolate me. You probably should have reached out instead of acting like a little bitch. Attack me in my home with a device I don't know where it is. As you place officers around me, motherfucker. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to show everybody this plasma weapon that is being used. George. I do not agree at all. And that was not the intent of it whatsoever, as was mentioned by George as we move forward here. It's really unfortunate that I have to be like that in my streams in front of the White House. In front of the congregation, jackass military. This is your military, America. I'm more than not happy with you. So, on the blades, we're on the blades there. Get off. Now, dude. It's like a hovercraft is what it is. But inside your body. Stop doing it. Moving forward.
And that's how I was raised. I don't go around beating the shit out of everybody. You know what I mean? There's enough for everybody. I'm well-mannered. I don't know what you're doing.
It's not funny at all.
It's disheartening to see it. I see why the driving arc.
Yeah, they think they have the arc. Oh, it's the golden ticket.
I plead the fifth.
Not for you.
No, I don't. You're full of shit. And I know for a fact that you're full of shit. That's all I have to say about it. Quit lying. That's a lot of it. Dude,
The
let me
hovercraft.
explain it like this. And it's like a large crowd of people that's happening to. So like they will literally be going about their day, friends and all, and I'm talking about the younger guys. They will be going about their day, friends and all, like, and you will hear about it, like, hey, did you hear he got arrested? Like they'll be dragged away and they will never be seen again or something like that. You see where I'm coming from? And it's large crowds. It's everybody. Everybody has somebody that got dragged away at some point. Again, though.
That's annoying.
You put it in a category it didn't belong in. I will say that.
And then attack the person.
You're starting to you're using.
And then attack
I
him.
feel you messing with the radio wave, and as you can see, my speech is getting a little bit more clear, and I can pronunciate
Never in my
a little
life.
better.
After 15 fucking years, never in my life.
It's
have I
all. It's
felt
an
like a
eyeball
hovercraft.
thing. They're definitely using that cell tower. I don't go through all the details. The science. Let
without me,
break down
buddy, you would never figure
life
that out.
All in one stream, Mr. Washington. I go pro. I don't know if you know. I'm not that slow. I don't know what they were trying to portray. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what they were whispering. It's really not cool. It's really not that important, and I already have it laid out exactly the way I want it. Again, I'm about the mom and pop shops. I don't know what you're doing, so.
Yeah, excuse me for a second.
We have dreams, don't we? With a smile on my face, we have dreams, don't we?
It's still there on the blade. I would
You're
assume
just
that'd be a
lying,
voice
dude. The
somewhere
pot,
along
the
line.
pot smokers. If you just shut up and let them be, you would never even notice. I mean, they may give you a funny look, you know what I mean? But it's like, to be honest with you, first of all, they were already doing it and you didn't notice. So like, for you to take action, it would be malicious.
Yeah, you're confused.
No offense to you, it
Stop
would definitely
calling.
be with malice. Trying to argue it. I had the arc. It's been proven, George. I don't know what they're doing. Again, I mean, yes. The answer is yes. The Indians. Are you, all of America? Again, they're the ones that are willing to fight, and they are loud about it, and the ones that are hiding in their cave. I'm positive they have an attachment to all the pot smokers sitting in their rooms. And probably all the drug addicts for that. Well, excuse me, drug abusers, whatever you want to call them. Speed of light users. That's where I'm at. Piccolo. That's where I'm at, dude. No, thank you though. It shows, bitch. Quit doing that. You're pissing me off, bro. And I mean, you're doing more than pissing me off. All around. I'm getting angry at you. Stop doing this so we can do this. Jackass, it's you. No matter what the problem is, it's you. Just remember this. Let's refer to the Buddhist text. It's you. The moral of the story. You are the problem. There is no problem but you. To overcome any problem, you. Yeah, you've made me more than angry about this.
Capture the
For no reason at all. I'm more than angry. I've been around. I've done my research. I've seen it. I'm no. Especially with the science behind it. Now that we realize, like, as we're at the border of the elephant graveyard in the Lion King here. I'm not going to point it out here. I'm not going to say the exact coordinate. All green on Earth. So the health aspect of it. So now you would need to get into like each individual. You're starting to mix the strains and like each individual DNA and the health and this and that. All is one, however, like there's definitely like a specific, hey dude, this would help out more beneficially over here if you were to do this.
I'm not interested.
You see where I'm coming from?
At all.
As a whole, I mean, I'm just saying.
Man, that sucks. You made mistakes. Make a bunch of false
Where the
statements
agents,
to
where
some
we at?
really important people that were probably already watching
you might as
begin
well
with.
attempt while our governments are free. As the report of the committee goes into the minutiae, it is 1 minute enough. If I read it right, it provides for the irregular lines and parts of townships occasioned by the interference with the Indian boundaries, but not for its interference with Lake Erie. The western boundary of Pennsylvania, if it is governed by the meanders of Delaware or the Ohio River, which separates the ceded land from Virginia, all of which involve some consequences. They're leering at them. The looks they're given. They don't understand English. They don't know how to communicate, and you're above them. So it's like they know their place probably. The Indian boundaries. They're probably sitting there like staring at you, bro. Like, what the fuck? However, there's more than one. You understand? And I'm sure there's more than one person that was there before you, George. The Indian boundaries and the English. Make no mistake here. There's some witchcraft going on. Hidden knowledge. Oh, I know so. I know for a fact. You and your bullshit. They're probably sitting there like this. But you have a gun, you know what I mean? It's like, I'll sit over here. Scope this out for a second.
Guy's going pro.
Go where I'm told. I'm eating the meat. You know what I mean? We feed them good. The buffalo? No. Again, though. Give you a suspicious eye here, like, really? I thank you for the sentiments and information given me in your letter of the 10th of March respecting the Potomac navigation. Pocahontas. My present determination is to hold the shares which this state has been pleased to present me in trust for the use and benefit of it. This will subvert the plan, increase the public revenue, and not interfere with the line of conduct I had prescribed myself. I am, etc. They do their business. They have theirs. I have mine. Go to Solomon here, the son. With entered upon him and greeted him with peace. He later said, surely we are afraid of you. They reassured him, do not be afraid. Surely we give you good news of knowledgeable son. He wondered, do you give me good news despite my old age? What unlikely news. They responded, we give you good news in all truth, so do not be one of those who despair. He exclaimed, who would despair of the mercy of their Lord except the misguided? He then added, what is your mission, O messenger angel? They replied, we have actually been sent to a wicked people. As for the family of Lot, we certainly deliver them all. Except his wife, we have determined that she will be one of the doomed. So when the messenger angels came to the family of Lot, he said, you must be strangers. They responded, we have come to you with that torment which they have doubted. We come to you with the truth, and we are certainly truthful. So travel with your family in the dark of night and follow closely behind them. Do not let any of you look back and go where you are commanded. We revealed to him this decree. Those sinners will be uprooted in the morning. And there came the men of the city rejoicing.
Quit pretending.
Lot pleaded, indeed, these are my guests, so
Either
do not
way.
embarrass me. Fear Allah and do not humiliate me. They responded,
No, they're not getting
have
that
we not forbidden
on
you
camera,
from
no.
touching anyone? He said, O my people, here are my daughters, so marry them if you wish to do so. By your life, O prophet, they certainly wandered blindly, intoxicated by lust. So the mighty blast overtook them at sunrise.
No, dude,
and we
goddamn
turned the
pissing
cities
me
of
off.
Sodom and Gomorrah upside down and rained upon them stones of baked clay. Surely in this are signs of those who contemplate.
I'm not interested. No, really. Stop.
Stones of baked clay right here.
I mean when I say that.
I'm not going to give you the exact coordinates. Sodom and Gomorrah here.
Pissed me
Sodom and
off.
Gomorrah, and it even shows right here. Oh my goodness. Boys, calm down. I already see it. Calm down. Calm down. First off, it came from over here. You sit there and try to fight over it. That would be inadvisable.
Wow. No, get out of here. I'm not interested.
The oxygen you breathe, you know what I mean? I wonder
me in a
though.
really awkward position. You sit there arguing me all I want.
Trying to
Don't
prove
play
our
your game.
concept, I think.
No, douchebag. No. No, god
Do not
damn, you're
embarrass me.
annoying.
Excuse me, Solomon.
I am not interested in this.
Their ruins still lie along a known route. Surely, and this is a sign for those who believe. And the residents of the forest were truly wrongdoers. So we inflict punishment
Goodbye.
on them. The ruins of both nations still lie on a well-known road. Indeed, the residents of the Stone Valley also denied the messengers, who gave them our signs, but they turned away from them. They carved their homes in the mountains, feeling secure, but the mighty blast overtook them in the morning, and all they achieved was of no help to them. We have not created the heavens and the earth and everything in between except for a purpose.
There they
and the
are.
hour is
Excuse me
certainly
for a
come,
second.
So forgive graciously.
There they are. Excuse me for a second, because you're a little crying baby. I cannot wait. Truly. I mean what I say. You think it's a joke. Again, shut up. I am not affiliated with these individuals. Stay the fuck away from me. It is period. Like, I'm gonna make a point. I'm gonna kick and scream and let you understand me. Stay the fuck away from me. Piece of shit.
really that hard? I've like continuously told you to stop, and you've continuously harassed me. I don't know what they're saying on the other end, but I have more than enough evidence to prove them wrong, no matter what it is. So if you could stop doing that, it would be greatly appreciated. I am not interested. Every time I have to deal with this. Every time. On top of that, you have this weight system that you can tell that they're trying to do something with it, and it's failing every time. The fact that they're still there and they're not being arrested for touching me in the private of my home, no matter the situation. That's all I needed to see. You will be paying for it. I assure you, you can cry all you want. You will be paying for it. I cannot wait. Supreme leader over here. Yeah, like, no, you're not going to do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? I was very gracious. Very gracious. And you still? Okay, I'm good. You deserve it. And you still did it? Okay, you're done. You didn't learn, clearly. You're not doing whatever without any kind of... I assure you. Especially with your argument with, like, random strangers? Okay, we're done. Get out Washington. I'll get out the pot for you, boys. It's unfortunate to have to be like that in these streams, but it's like, every time, dude. I don't know if it's time-based. I don't know. Opportunity? What? It was definitely the fridge, and it's definitely a hovercraft. You see, they try to assert themselves by getting mad and then throwing a fit. Baby maker. They start getting mad over here, throwing a fit through the box. Like they're the authority. Oh, they figured something out. They sure did, didn't they? They sure did figure out a tool, didn't they? I appreciate you. Which you didn't figure out, did you? Excuse me. Constantly bitching on here. Surely you, Lord, is the Master Creator, all-knowing. We have certainly granted you the 7 often repeated verses and the great Quran. Do not let your eyes crave the fleeting pleasures we have provided for some of the disbelievers, nor grieve for them, and be gracious to the believers. And say, I am truly sent with a clear warning, a warning similar to what we've sent to those who divided the scriptures, who now accept parts of the Quran, rejecting others. So by your Lord we will certainly question them all about what they used to do. So proclaim what you have been commanded and turn away from the polytheists. Surely we will be sufficient for you against the mockers, who set up other gods with Allah. They will soon come to know. We certainly know that your heart is truly distressed by what they say. So glorify the praises of your Lord and be one of those who always pray and worship your Lord until the inevitable comes your way. It's only a matter of time before it's only a matter of time before they open their eyes and realize that there is foul play going on here. As we go to Allah, his Father. Father. Woo! You know what I mean? He's trying to go through all the pronunciations. He's trying some things out. He's dabbling a little bit. in good taste.
Cool, bro. The icicle there.
Chapter
Trying to
9
create a
of
challenge,
Isaiah.
and here you come in like actually attacking people. You know what I mean?
Nevertheless, the dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation, when at the first he lightly afflicted the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, and afterward did more grievously afflict her by the way of the sea beyond Jordan and Galilee of the nations. Talking about Greece. Hold on, let me go to Greece. Rome over here. The people that walked in the darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath a light shined. Thou hast multiplied the nation, and not increased the joy. They joy before thee according to the joy in harvest, and as men rejoice when they divide the spoils. For thou hast broken the yoke of his burden, and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor, as in the day of Midian. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David and upon the kingdom, to order it, and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. The Lord sent a word unto Jacob, and it hath lighted upon Israel. And all the people shall know, even Ephraim and the inhabitants of Samaria, that say in the pride and stoutness of heart, the bricks are fallen down, but we will build with hewn stones. The sycamores are cut down, but we will change them into cedars. Therefore the Lord shall set up the adversaries of Rezin against him, and join his enemies together. Let's go over here into Syria on the, I think,
You little two little
it's either the Tigris or
wacky
the
wavy
Euphrates
there.
River. I am not quite sure. Excuse my ignorance here. It would be...
You see what they start doing? This isn't
Like
your
a
time
shot.
to make your mark
Gosh darn it.
in front of the entire world. Earth. I'm not listening to these dumbasses. I'm glad that you figured out a tool. Take it somewhere else. I'm here to play a game, create a
Euphrates.
challenge for the people in the path. Goodbye. Shut up.
So,
I've already figured it
technically,
out. I
guess
don't
he's
need you
saying
to
if
beep,
you
beep, beep, beep,
probably-
beep, beep,
these
beep,
are
over
the
here.
resin
Thanks,
stands
guys.
for
I've got
trees
it.
that
I
were
figured it
cut
out. I cracked the code. Appreciate it.
Bomb taken.
right here. Bombs, dude? I mean, they almost look like bombs, but if you think about it, the trees, the roots that were pulled up, they left a stain, you know what I mean? Because the roots, they burn. Whenever it's taken in the nutrients, they leave a stain.
Bomb taken.
Euphrates over here. So the roots would have been drawing the water into the over here. You see where I'm coming from? And then over here it would have been more abundant, and so on and so forth. You see the flows? My dude, shut up.
Bomb taken.
Aleppo? The Syrians before and the Philistines behind, and they shall devour Israel with open mouth. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. For the people turneth not unto him that smiteth them, neither do they seek the Lord of hosts. I wouldn't have done that. You're a fool. I mean, I don't know what you think
Stand
going
firm
on.
all you want. Ain't gonna change a goddamn thing. I promise you.
The ancient and honorable, he is the head, and the prophet that
Dumbass.
teacheth wise, he
I've
is
caught
the
you.
tail.
Shut up.
The leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Therefore the Lord
I stand
shall
firm.
have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy in their fatherless and widows. For everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still.
Bomb taken.
For wickedness burneth as the fire, it shall devour the briars and thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting of smoke. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land of darkness, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Manasseh, Ephraim, and Ephraim, Manasseh, Messiah, and they together shall be against Judah. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. The football. Talking about the football here. Dude, why would you do that? You're an idiot. I don't relate. I'm not a hateful person. I mean, the heat will get to you, so. I just don't understand. What is this? Out in the desert. Look at this. The stain that it left. You know, the gillyweed here that it left. You have to think of if a river were here and there was seaweed, this would be the seaweed stain from the roots. You know what I mean? Like over here, just randomly out in this desert. What is this? Because all of this wasn't a desert, you know what I mean? Each one. Because of the trees here, as it flowed, you know what I mean?
I didn't realize they could spawn like that.
Right down to here, from here.
Stop talking to each
Bro,
other. Again,
I know what
you're
I'm
in
talking
trouble.
about. I feel like. Some random sand barge.
They get mad.
You and your science, you jackass. You would do something stupid.
Hey, if they went up, this is what you're
Well,
gonna do,
that's-
man. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're not
that,
gonna exist any longer.
What is this? Talk about the land here, you jackass. You're a fool. All the trees here, they've been cool. Look at this. Look at this. I wonder how big they were. I'm thinking like the African Madagascar trees. You know what I mean? Again though. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You are a mean one.
Bomb taken.
Give me a second here. So that's the end of 15 and the end of chapter 9. Father and son here. As we figure out the house of David over here. Which I guess it would go further. The hand is stretched. He's stretching hard. Look at this, dude. He's trying to conquer it. Look, he's out for blood. Look at this. Lizard, bro. What are you doing? What is this? I don't even know what to say to you. Oh, this is we're hold on. Excuse me, sir. I need to put someone in its place. Hold on. That's on a side note, boys. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Bomb
Important decision.
reset.
Excuse me? Chapter 10 of Isaiah?
Incoming.
Do you mind?
Messiah, Messiah.
Shoot this guy?
Remaining. Objective ready.
Chapter 10. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people,
Bomb taken.
that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from afar? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? Without me they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. I think they want me to tackle them. I have to prove myself by tackling them. See how I handle tackling them. This is me tackling you, bro. You can thank Facebook for this. Let me tackle you real quick. As a lion would. No, really. Stop doing this. I'm getting angry. You're pissing me off. I'm here to have fun, and you're being a jackass. Can you please stop? Here's the truth. As you sit in the wrong goddamn spot to begin with.
Bomb taken.
Thank you, though. You dishonor your father. I will send him against a hypocritical nation and against the people of my wrath. Will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets? Excuse me for a second. Do you mind? Brother here, do you mind? He's got beef.
So he takes it to the opposite.
I will send him against the hypocritical nation, mire of the streets. Howbeit he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think
I'm
so,
not
but it
arguing
is
at
in his
all.
heart to
And
destroy
I mean, I will be mad
and
about
cut
it,
off
I assure
nations,
you.
not a few. For he saith, Are not my
So, go
princes
ahead and do whatever
altogether
you
kings?
think you're gonna do.
Is not Calno as Carshemish? Is not Hamath as Arpad?
Oh my God,
Is not
you fucked
Samaria
up.
as Damascus? As my hand hath found the kingdoms of the idols, and whose graven images did excel them of Jerusalem and of Samaria.
Bomb
Shall I not, as I have done unto Samaria and her idols, so do to Jerusalem and her idols? I asked, and I did. Thank you, though. Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks. Zeus? Mount Zeus? For he saith, I'm looking at the map right now of Greece and Italy. For he saith, By the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down their inhabitants like a valiant man. And my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was
dare you.
none that moved
Step
the
through it. I
wing,
dare
or
you.
opened the mouth, or peeped. Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself as if it were no wood. Therefore shall the Lord,
I'm good.
the
I'm
Lord
good,
of
thanks.
hosts,
I got it.
send among his fat
You're not
ones
involved, thank
leanness,
you. I don't
and
know
under
who you
his
are,
glory
stranger. Shut
shall
up.
kindle a
I am not
burning
quite-
like the
I'm not
burning
arguing
of a
with you.
fire.
Shut up.
And the light of Israel
You had not consulted
shall
with
be
me,
for
shut
a
up.
fire, and his holy
Period.
one for a flame, and it shall burn and devour his thorns and his
Get angry
briars in
about
one
it.
day.
I will, I assure you.
And it shall consume the glory of his forest and of his fruitful field,
your own
both
accord.
soul and
Remember
body.
this.
And they shall
On
be
camera.
as when a standard bearer fainteth. And the rest of the trees of his forest shall be few, that a child may write them. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. For thou, thy people Israel, be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. For the Lord God of hosts shall make a consumption even determined in the midst of all the land. Therefore thus said the Lord God of hosts, O my people that dwellest in Zion, be not afraid of the Syrian. He shall smite thee with a rod, and shall lift up his staff against thee after the manner of Egypt. For yet a very little while, and the indignation shall cease, and mine anger in their destruction. And the Lord of hosts shall stir up a scourge for him, according to the slaughter of Midian at the rock of Oreb. And as his rod was upon the sea, so shall he
There it
lift
is.
it up after the manner.
Again, you have a group that seems to think they're involved with me when they're not involved with me whatsoever on camera. I've been trying to deal with them the entire fucking time. They're not getting out of it, period. I don't care how many people, I don't care. I do not care, period. It's unfortunate. Let me stop you to clarify what he's talking about. What they're doing here. Again, you have this group that seems to think they're involved with me, regardless of the game or not. They start talking. I'm not dealing with your shit. Anyway, I've been through this 100 times. Stop doing it. We're not arguing. I don't care. You can sit here and fling whatever the fuck you think you're gonna do. Do it. I'm not arguing. So as I approach you, try to get this over with. Hovercraft, stop now. That's part of it. They start pinging and they make their little ghosty presence known. That's part of the fridge, the ghost. So you can stop. That was a good game though. I mean, it's solid. We were going back and forth there for a while. Again, stranger. I mean what I said. The problem I'm having here, Ark, you're not getting out of it. Continue here. Excuse me. I'm not gonna deal with all this talking. Quit doing that. I've said it 100 times. Stop doing that. I do not know who you are. You are not involved. I don't. On camera, you are not involved. Shut up. You are not getting what you want. I assure you. It is period. Goddamn.
Of Egypt. And it shall come to pass in that day that his burden shall be taken away from off thy shoulder, and his yoke from off thy neck, and thy yoke shall be destroyed because of the anointment. He has come to Iath, he is passed to Migron, to Mishmash, he hath laid up his carriages. They are gone over his passage, they have taken up their lodging at Jeba. Ramah is afraid, Gibeah of Saul is fled.
I cannot wait.
Lift up thy voice,
I don't
O
care who
daughter
it
of
is.
Gilom. Cause it to be heard unto Lachish, O poor Anathoth. Madmenah is removed. The inhabitants of Jebim gather themselves to flee. As yet shall he remain at Nob that day. He shall shake his hand against the mount of the daughter of Zion, the hill of Jerusalem. Behold, the Lord of hosts shall lop the bow with terror, and the high ones of stature shall be hewn down, and the haughty shall be humbled. And he shall cut down the thickets of the
Oh my
forest
God,
with
you're not
iron,
wanted.
and Lebanon shall fall but a mighty one.
Holy shit. Holy shit, you're not welcome here. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. And it's gonna
The
look really
thickets of
bad.
the forest, huh?
Ball incoming.
What an
I think
ass.
it's good.
Dude, either way you look at it. What an ass.
In the beginning, you stupid
I don't even know what to
fucker.
say. Look, you can even...
Go ahead and ruin that moment for you. I'm not interested at all.
Like, it's visible.
We're good.
New group.
New group, not interested. Get the hovercraft off.
Well... Excuse me. Blacklist? I wasn't there. I didn't see. You can explain it all you want. Either way you look at it, you're a cool person. That's cruel. I don't know what to say to you. You and your idols. Your wants and desires. I truly do not know what to say. This, look at this. All the way over here. I'm in Syria right now. You probably did it to save yourself. Like, it was probably evident in something. You know what I mean? The trees were probably showing something that you did not want them to show. And that probably applies to the people as well. Put two and two together here. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. That's for later. I'll be back for you. Hold on. What is this? You're not even in the right place. What is this? Baku? Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks. For he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man, and my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathered eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth. Oh, I already read this. Chapter 11, excuse me. I mean, it's visible. I don't know what to tell you. You can sit there and argue with me all you want. You know, the source. It's visible. We will do one more and we'll get out of here. I've been speaking. I'm getting tired of talking. I'm in this 3 hours. Oh my goodness. That's actually pretty good though. A lot of work to do. George. Greece. The pig. Whatever. Mount Zion? The satellite? Whatever satellite this is. Mount Zion. I appreciate you. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rise upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord. And shall make him of quick understanding into the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips
but it's not.
shall he slay the wicked.
That's the thing. They're not, it's
And righteousness
cult.
shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins.
That's the problem I'm having.
The wolf also shall dwell with Uranus, the god, the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf, and the young lion, and the fatling, together, and a little child shall lead them. 16 on nail. On nail. The command of Allah is at hand, so do not hasten it. Glorified and exalted is he above what they associated with him in worship. He sends down the angels with revelation by his command to whoever he wills of his servants, stating, warn humanity that there is no God worthy of worship except me, so be mindful of me alone. He created the heavens and the earth for a purpose. Exalted is he above what they associated with him in worship. He created humans from a sperm drop. Then, behold, they openly challenge him. And he created the cattle for you as a source of warmth, food, and many other benefits. They are also pleasing to you when you bring them home and when you take them out to graze. And they carry your loads to distant lands which you could not otherwise reach without a great hardship. Surely you, Lord, is ever gracious, most merciful. He also created horses, mules, and donkeys for your transportation and adornment, and he creates what you do not know. It is upon Allah alone to clearly show the straight way, other ways are deviant. Had he willed, he would have easily imposed guidance upon all of you. He is the one who sends down rain from the sky, from which you drink and by which plants grow for your cattle to graze. With it he produces for you various crops, olives, palm trees, grapevines, and every type of fruit. Surely, and this is a sign for those who reflect. There is no limit to that, how much that cow can graze, let me tell you. And he has subjected to your benefit the day and the night, the sun and the moon, and the stars, and subjected by his command. Surely in this a sign is for those who understand. And he subjected for you whatever he has created on earth for varying colors. Surely in this is a sign for those who are mindful. The problem is you guys are probably working out, and you don't have the tech we have. We're sitting on our ass. And he is the one who is subjected to the sea, so from it you may eat tender seafood and extract ornament to wear, and you see the ships plowing their way through it, so you may seek his bounty and give thanks to him. He has placed into the earth firm mountains so it does not shake with you, as well as rivers and pathways so you may find your way. Also by landmarks and stars so people find their way. And the cow and the bear shall feed. Their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. And the sucking child shall play on the hole of the ass, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand against the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines to rule the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the seven streams, and make men go over dry shod. And there shall be a highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came up out of the land of Egypt.
Gained the lead.
I think he told you to destroy the pyramids, is what he's saying. I mean, that would be the source, I would believe. There's probably more to it. No, that would probably be the source. Especially at the angle, you think? Where's Ecuador? Ecuador's down here, isn't it? Yeah, Ecuador, so there's the equator. So if you're thinking from the equator, it's shining, the bounce is bouncing off and going in this direction. And so this side would be facing the sun right here. This would be facing the sun, and this side also would be facing this way, down here to Oman. And so furthermore, the shadow that it creates would be up to here, as you can see the tip of it here, right in Mosul, would be the tip of the shadow of the pyramids. Furthermore, if you go over here, I'm not going to say, this would be the pyramids, furthermore. Again, the heat would be attracting all the death on Earth, or in that general area. But I mean, everyone died, like I said. Like, I'm not saying war here, I'm just saying in general. It's like a hot spot. And so that flow of the river there would be like the mass. That's where it would be attracted to. So on top of that, when you add the sun onto that, the burn here across the land, he expands it. And if you also notice, if we go back through the Bible, they talked about how Egypt was the pit, and it was basically the city of the dead. It's where they buried their dead. Whether you destroy it or not, I would again, all the way over here to here, and then you get into the Aztecs, and you get into Mecca. So if you think about, I don't know where it lays here. You have the block, and then at the top of the pyramids here would be a block, and then you have the pyramids. So whenever you're thinking of this, Mecca, as they pray, comes into the block over here, and then the pyramids right here, push it up. So whenever you think about this, I mean, you're going to be dealing with a lot. I see you. A sperm down here in Australia, right here. We shall see, Mercury. Sir Zeus, what is this? Can the one who creates be equal to those who do not? Will you not then be mindful? If you tried to count Allah's blessings, you would never be able to number them. Surely Allah is all forgiving, most merciful. And Allah knows what you conceal and what you reveal. But those idols they invoke besides Allah cannot create anything. They themselves are created. They are dead, not alive, not even knowing when their followers will be resurrected. Your God is only one God. As for those who do not believe in the hereafter, their hearts are in denial, and they are too proud. Without a doubt, Allah knows what they conceal and what they reveal. He certainly does not like those who are too proud. And when it is said to them, what has your Lord revealed? They say ancient fables. Let them bear their burdens in full on the day of judgment, as well as some of the burdens of those they misled without knowledge. Evil indeed is what they will bear. Indeed, those before them had plotted, but Allah struck at the very foundation of their structure, so the roof collapsed on top of them, and the torment came upon them from where they did not expect. Then on the day of judgment he will humiliate them and say, where are my so-called associate gods, for whose sake you used to oppose the believers? Those gifted with knowledge will say, surely disgrace and misery today are upon the believers. You dishonor your father. The wise do not panic. Wealth. A hare hears the noise of a fruit falling and thinking it omens the end of the world. He starts to run, which panics all the other animals, who also flee. The Bodhisattva finds out the cause and calms him down.
Go to the shot.
Hearing the sound of the
Speed up
fruit
the
fall,
shot.
the scared hare ran away afraid. Having the herd cry of the hare, many animals were alarmed. Without having cognized the truth, they listened to another's word. Those fools surely relied upon the great noise made by another. But those endowed with strong virtue, who take delight in wisdom's calm, the ones who are firm keep away, they don't rely upon others. Keep into one's own habitat. A city crow named Savataka Devadatta has to leave his home and finds a water crow to serve. Thinking he can swim like his master, he attempts to dive for fish, but he dives in the attempt. The bird at home on water and on land, who constantly enjoys fresh fish to eat, through imitating him, the city crow died caught up in the lakeside weeds. Knowing one's strength. A jackal, Devadatta, who lives on the food left over by a lion, decides to act like a lion himself, and against all good advice, attacks an elephant, only to be slaughtered on the spot. The one who, though not a lion, assumes the pride of a lion, like the jackal and elephant, will end up groaning on the floor. He may be famous, considered supreme. He may have bodily power and strengthened, but being hasty, he will be slaughtered by the powerful, just like the jackal. But having the measure of his deeds, here, understanding his own power and strength, listening to good advice, well spoken, being discreet, he will succeed. Acting at the right time and speed. A king is very slothful, so the Bodhisattva shows him a tortoise and explains its characteristics. The king understands the lesson and reforms his ways. Being quick when he should take care, taking care when he should be quick. He will destroy his own welfare, like a leaf trodden underfoot. Taking care when he should take care, being quick when he should be quick, he will fulfill his own welfare, like the moon that will soon be full. Sobriety. Horses that have been in battle are given fine wine but remain sober, while the strained leftovers are fed to the donkeys, who all become drunk on it. Having drunk this despicable liquor, the donkeys become intoxicated, whereas after drinking this fine liquor, thoroughbred horses were not affected. After drinking something poor, the low man will soon become drunk. O leader of men, compared to limes, excuse me, thank you, but the virtuous one, after drinking, even the best liquor, does not get drunk. Protecting good fortune. A worthless fellow is given a jar that will provide him with all he needs, but being dissolute. We still have a game left in us. Hold on. Can't pass that up. Like, what? Or I just pinpoint exactly who's attached to me, and we can go ahead and remove them. You Fort Bragg, you dumbass. You know, like, whenever they're doing video games, they're making them, and they put the little suit on them with the balls to record their movements. But the ball would be like the Mass Effect, and it would actually be what? Not only did you not pay me, but then you thought you were going to take the authority to, I'd say you're pretty stupid, seeing as you are not the maker of the Ark. I don't know what else to tell you there. He uses it to get drunk, breaks it, and is reduced to poverty once again. You're hiding. You're a fool. You're hiding. You're sneaking here. The dissolute? You're sneaking, bro. That's moonshine. I see you. I've never even done it. I see you. You're talking about Red Dead Redemption. I know. It's the only place you would have got that. Sir, what are you doing? What are you sneaking over here? A fool received a water pot, which gave everything he wished for. While he looked after it, he was successful in his happiness. But when he got drunk and heedless, he dropped and broke the water pot. Then, naked and miserable, he afterwards suffered hardship. Just so, the one who received wealth, but uses it without measure, that fool suffers greatly later, like the scoundrel who broke the jar. Wrong means. A Brahmin called Vedaba is captured by thieves and brings down a shower of jewels to pay his ransom, but he is killed, and the thieves fight over the treasure until they also are all killed. He who by the wrong means wishes for his welfare suffers hardship. The thieves killed the young man, and they all came to destruction. Talking about arrogance is a giveaway. A servant knows where his late master's treasure was hidden. But when he takes his son to the place, he becomes arrogant because of his knowledge, refuses to reveal it. The Bodhisattva explains, I think the gold store is buried where Nandakata, servant born to a slave, stands and loudly roars. The reward of using wealth wisely. A rich merchant died. A beer? Are you talking about a beer? I took a beer? A rich merchant dies after living like a pauper. The Buddha explains that when a man of low character obtains wealth, he is unable to enjoy it. Just as cool water in an empty place will evaporate without being drunk, so the wealthy but despicable man won't use it himself nor give it to others.
Enemy team score.
But the wise man, having obtained riches, both enjoys his wealth and does his duty. The blameless man supports his relatives and later goes to a heavenly state. Wealth that goes to waste. Out of greed, a man kills his brother's son. The brother, who is a Bodhisattva, exhorts him with these words. There's a selfish bird named Mine, who lives in a mountain cave. Having landed on a fig tree, he cries out loud, this is mine, mine. A great flock of birds assembled around him while he was lamenting. And while that bird was lamenting, they ate the figs and went away. So it is for some people here. They collect a great deal of wealth, but they do not spend those riches on themselves or their relatives. Neither clothing, food, or ointments does he ever enjoy himself, nor does he treat his relatives. This is mine, mine, he cries out loud. But while he is still lamenting, either kings, thieves, or those disliked take his wealth and then go away, leaving that man to his lament. The wise, having gathered riches, treat themselves and their relatives. By that they will attain renown and later rejoice in heaven. 7 true treasures. A short discourse listing the 7 true treasures. The treasures of shame, conscience, faith, virtue, learning, giving, wisdom. These are the 7 real treasures. Whoever has these real treasures, whether female or male, is not poor. Their life is surely not futile. Number 11 of the Brahmin. This deity, after taking away death, the evil of those gods next carried them beyond death. Now the result of this act of meditation on the vital force is one's own self. 6. The identification of the organ of speech, etc., with fire, and so on, is being stated. This deity next carried him beyond death, because death, or the evil, death or the devil that limits one to the body, is removed by the identification with the vital force. Therefore the latter is the destroyer of the evil of death. Hence, that vital force carried these gods, that of speech, and the rest, beyond death, the evil which is being discussed, and made them realize their respective unlimited divine forms as fire and so on. You're an ass, dude. I don't know what to tell you. You're a fool. I truly do not know what to say. I'm not evil like you, so. I mean, I guess if that's what they're doing to you, do it to them, I guess. That makes sense. Extreme measures. Number 12. It carried the organ of speech. The foremost, one first. When the organ of speech got rid of death, it became fire. That fire, having transcended death, shines beyond its reach. It, the vital force, carried the organ of speech. The foremost one first. Its importance consists in being a better instrument in the chanting of the Githa than the other organs. What was its form after it was carried beyond death? When the organ of speech got rid of death, it became fire. Formerly also it was fire, and being disassociated from death, it became fire itself, with only this difference, that fire, having transcended death, shines beyond its reach. Before its deliverance, it was hampered by death, and as the organ of speech pertaining to the body was not luminous as now, but now being freed from death, it shines beyond its reach. 13. What? So the ark? I think they're talking about the ark. Are you saying someone died and you grabbed onto the light as they died? I don't understand. 13. Then it carried the nose. When it got rid of death, it became air. That air, having transcended death, blows beyond its reach. Similarly, the nose became air. It, having transcended death, blows beyond its reach. The rest has been explained. 14. Then it carried the eye. When the eye got rid of death, it became the sun. That sun, having transcended death, shines beyond its reach. 2 Cavalier de... Hold on. As the report of the committee goes into the minutiae, increase the public revenue, not interfere with the line of conduct I had prescribed myself, I am etc. 2 Cavalier de la Serre. Mount Vernon, May 12, 1785. Sir, the letter which you did me the honor to write to me the 20th of last month, I found at this place when I returned from Richmond a few days ago, but it had been previously lost in the highway and came to me open and without a cover. By what means it met with this accident I am unable to learn. A neighbor of mine picked it up in the condition I have mentioned and sent it to me. I pray you to be assured, sir, that I should have great pleasure in presenting you with a letter to the Count de Vergennes, if I could suppose that my recommendation would have any weight at the court of Versailles, and if I had ever opened a correspondence with a minister thereof on a subject of this nature. But, not having the advantage to suppose the first, and never having attempted the latter, I persuaded myself I shall meet a ready excuse for not complying with your request in this instance. Not being under such delicate circumstances, with my intimate acquaintance and friend the Marquis de Lafayette, I have communicated your wishes to him, and so no language can do it more emphatically than your own. I have taken the liberty of enclosing your letter to me to him. I have the honor, etc. From the letter book, copy in the Washington Papers on April 29th. Washington left Mount Vernon for Richmond, Virginia, which he reached on the evening of May 1st. He left Richmond May 4th and arrived at Mount Vernon, his 6th on or tier. And his dad is sheriff. A business failure. Oh, to Marquis Lafayette. Mount Vernon, May 12, 1785. My dear Marquis, the enclosed letter from the Cavalier de la Sierra conveys a strong expression of his wishes, and as you are well acquainted with his merits, his connections, and his intention of remaining in America, I persuade myself it is unnecessary for me to add more to recommend him to your favorable notice in the line he wishes, and which he finds most convenient for himself to walk in, if the present consul of France at Baltimore can be better provided for. I therefore submit his case and pretensions to that spirit which I know is ever ready to promote the happiness of others. It is unnecessary to repeat the assurances of my affection and regard for you.
Capture the flag.
You know they cannot be increased and will never diminish. Adieu, yours, and C. To Francis Hopkins, Mount Vernon, May 16th, 1785. Dear Sir, in for a penny and for a pound is an old adage. I am so hackneyed to the touches of the painter's pencil that I am now altogether at their beck, and sit like patients on a moment whilst they are delegating the lines of my face. It is proof among many others of what habit and custom can effect. At first, I was as impatient at the request and as restive under the operation as a colt is of the saddle. The next time I submitted very reluctantly, but with less flouncing. Now no dray moves more readily to the thrill. Now no dray moves more readily to the thrill than I do to the painter's chair. It may easily be conceived, therefore, that I yielded a ready obedience to your request and to the views of Mr. Pine. Letters from England, recommendatory of this gentleman, came to my hands previous to his arrival in America, not only as an assistant of acknowledged eminence, but as one who had discovered a friendly disposition towards this country, for which it seems he had been remarked. It gave me pleasure to hear from you. I shall always feel an interest in your happiness, and with Mrs. Washington's compliments,
Stop
and best
painting me in a
wishes
bad light.
joined to my own, for Mrs.
Now.
Hopkinson's and yourself, I am.
No, the
etc.
switch there. Stop now. Go ahead and exit this building.
I appreciate
That's what I'm talking
you.
about. They are being
A business
removed.
failure. That 9, dude. Hopkins?
Dragon dumbass. Shut up.
I mean, I'm sure it's not hard. It's just
We're
really
good. Goodbye. No. Goodbye.
cancer. You said,
Be an
man.
ass about it. I'm gonna be a complete ass about this. I promise you.
You know what I
You can
mean?
explain to the Ark. You know what I mean about
What's
it. To
Illinois
everyone
doing?
about the Ark. I'm good. Don't talk to me. Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone.
A
You're
Clement
not welcome.
Biddle. Yeah, George. What's Illinois doing? Mount Vernon, May 16th, 1785. Dear sir, I stand
Quit
indebted
painting
to
me
you
in a bad
for
light.
several
Shut
favors
up.
of the 7th of March and 12th
I've
and
got it.
19th
Thanks.
of
I don't need
April.
your 2 cents.
Believe me,
Shut
the
up.
first was not productive of more surprise than real concern. The account of your failure was as much regretted as it was unexpected by me, and I feel for the causes of it and for your present situation. You are sensible that my commissions have been more troublesome than profitable to you, and so they are growing less. To continue them might add to your embarrassments, otherwise I do assure you I would continue them with pleasure. For the many friendly offices you have rendered me, I pray you to accept my thanks. The grass seeds are all at hand, though. It's probably really cold the further up north you get, as far as the Africans go, you know what I mean? Washington's diary states that these letters were from George William Fairfax, Governor Morris, John Dickinson, Francis Hopkinson, and others. The last two, however, were not in England. Washington wrote brief acknowledgments to John Dickinson, and presumably to the others. A photostat of the letters to Dickinson in the Washington papers. The original from a photostat of which this letter is taken is stated to be in the New York Historical Society. A similar claim is made by the Wyoming Historical and Geological Society of Wilkes-Barre Pay. This letter has been disseminated many times, and the different facsimilies are fairly numerous. Late coming. Mr. Lewis has engaged me and Miller. The method you have taken to get account concerning the Indian meal and flour adjusted is perfectly agreeable to me, and I approve of what you have done respecting my letter to Mount Lament, the author of the poems which were proposed to be dedicated to me. I have never received a paper from Monsieur Claypool and Dunlap since your mention of their intention to forward them regularly, and think myself so ungently treated in this business by them that I never mean to take another of their gazettes. If they had really sent them, I can conceive no reason why they should not have got to hand as well as those from Paris and others from Boston. The balance of your account, Curry, 2, 3.5, I have given to General Moreland, who will pay it to you or your assignees. I have done the same with respect to Claypool's work account for 315.0 costs of printing my advertisement. If you have not already paid his account for the Gazette, do me the favor and justice to let him know, when it is done, that I am paying for what I have not had, and it is my request the account may be closed between us, as I do not mean, unless I can be better satisfied than I am at present, to stand longer upon his books. Mrs. Washington joins me in every good wish for you, Mrs. Biddle, the family. We both hope that fortune may be more propitious to you in future. If we should ever be in my way to render you any services, I should have pleasure in doing it. I am, etc. I thank you. I thank all of you. I appreciate you. It is. I did say I was going to finish this up. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I always love doing this with you, Martha. Your name's right beside me over here, Martha. So I see it a lot. That little box. Also, I have the staircase, which it looks George's bedroom. I know you guys travel. You don't have vehicles like I do. Not to my knowledge, though. Other than the boats going up and down the rivers. So, I appreciate all of you as you co-sign all of this. We'll see what makes of this. Dude, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Thank you for this.
Okay, so that's the end of that. I'll finish this game. It's sad that I had to get on there and do that. I'm not putting up with your shit. I like how they continuously try. What they're doing right now is placing clones around me. They're trying to. Oh yeah, definitely. Because that's gonna get what you want. That sucks for you. You can shut up now. You can shut up now. I'm not kidding, military. I will kill you. I'm not arguing about you, motherfucker. Shut up. It's sad that I had to come in here and do this with you. I'm not arguing with you at all. Period. No, it's motherfucker. Shut up now. I will kill you at the gate. Shut up. You're not coming in here and talking at all. I don't know you. Shut up. There's a reason I reported your dumb motherfucking ass. Now shut the fuck up. At death. Show you how mad I am. I'm not stopping until I get exactly what I came to do, motherfucker. So shut up. This little group ghost bitch. You're not getting what you want. On camera and George behind me. I assure you he's already laid the future out for you. Now shut the fuck up. I'm not dealing with these motherfuckers coming in here, attacking me, making false statements, doing this and that, trying to get their point across. At all. Shut up. Now. Whoever this is needs to shut the fuck up. I'm not kidding with you. Shut up. I do not need it. Why are you here? That's the thing I can't figure out. I'm going to finish this out. It's sad that I have to do that. It's sad that I have English here. It's clearly laid out for you, and you're still being a little bitch about it. I'm sorry that I'm the one that did the work. Yeah, that's unfortunate for you. You enjoy that. Stop doing that. I'm not giving you the time of day. Like I'm gonna be loud about it. There's a reason. Ark, shut up. You're trying to play that to your advantage. It's not working out for you. Especially if it's gonna be me sitting here playing Halo. Shut up. Me reading a book? Nah, I'm good. You're not gonna be stealing anything, and you're in debt to begin with. Enemy here, right here is the enemy. Yeah, I do want to go there. You're the enemy. Shut up. I can prove it. Shut up now. Because it's not you. Because you didn't believe. That's your own damn fault. I cannot wait. Anyway, the arc is literally just me sitting in my room, so playing Halo. At my parents' house at 37, so fucker, you're dead. I'm not putting up with shit. Did you see they start meowing and doing this? We're not interested. Shut up. At all. Enemy. That is the enemy right there. Enemy right there. That is the enemy.
Active camo here.
Other than you harassing me, like, everything went well, you know what I mean? It usually does. Other than whenever you harass me. Because that's how it works, let me tell you. Hey, harasser on camera. Which has already been mentioned in the papers there.
Nearing victory. 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, they seem to be confused, I guess. I don't know. I'm just here. Tell by the pop. Thank you, though. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Enemy there.
Definitely.
In my sights. Shot rifle free.
I'm not interested. America, I mean what I say, you're in debt. I mean like today and you didn't do it. It's here I am. I'm being loud, dude. I mean what I say. I mean what I say, I assure you. You fucked up, and I mean it. So let's go ahead and get on that.
Victory.
But like I said, it's always been good, George. I'll be back. I didn't realize I was going to do 4 hours. I mean, the congregation will get you. I'm going to run out eventually, though. There's still a ton of books that I haven't done. This is just one of the Upanishads. Like, I don't know how many books. Dude, we're living life, bro. At others' expenses, might I add. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know what else to tell you. You're not getting a different result, I promise you. So